Were you also told that daylight savings was created for farmers? Because that's actually not true at all. Back in 1918, President Woodrow Wilson signed the Standard Time Act into law. It established 5 separate time zones for the continental US and also established daylight savings time. It said that on the last Sunday of March, we would advance clocks an hour forward, and then that hour would be returned on the last Sunday of October. The purpose of this was actually to save energy because we were in the middle of World War I at this point. They basically argued that this extension of daylight hours would actually save so much money in fuel that we would win the war. Now, the extra interesting part is this actually started in Europe. A British builder named William Willett is oftentimes credited with this idea, but Germany was actually the first country to implement this in 1916. Other countries in Europe followed suit soon after, so supporters of the daylight savings bill here in the US were able to use evidence of its success in Europe to help us pass it too. In the end, daylight savings actually got repealed about a month later, so daylight savings only existed for 1918. After that, it was up to local municipalities, but most people didn't honor it until World War II. They passed another law for daylight savings, for a similar reason, to save on fuel. Then finally, in 1966, they passed the Uniform Time Act. This again established uniform time zones across the United States and re-implemented daylight savings. It also gave states the ability to opt out of daylight savings, so currently Hawaii and then also Arizona minus the Navajo Nation do not observe daylight savings. I also looked it up and most of Europe still observes daylight savings as well. Yeah, if you were like me and you thought that farmers were the reason, you've actually been lied to. Farmers were actually against daylight savings from the very beginning because it messes with their schedule and also their animal schedules, which is so funny to me because as a kid I was like, this doesn't even make any sense for the farmers. The farmers wouldn't even like this, and I was right.